This is the Huawei Power5 E8231 data card. The Power5 series from Huawei are capable of creating a Wi-Fi hotspot or access point anywhere. Some have inbuilt battery and some need external power. Here we have the Huawei Power5 E8231. This needs USB power source to create a Wi-Fi hotspot. So let us unbox it and get into the details. It supports both 2G and 3G. It can give a downlink speed of 21.6 Mbps and uplink speed of 5.76 Mbps. This is E8231 and comes in white color. There is another similar model E8221 which comes in black color and that gives a download speed of up to 14.4 Mbps. Other than that, everything else is same, and cost difference between these two is around 500 rupees. It is basically a portable Wi-Fi hotspot. You just insert your SIM card and plug it into a power source and your Wi-Fi hotspot will be ready in seconds. Network and APN selection will be automatic, so it will connect to the network automatically when you plug it in. Whether you have a Wi-Fi only tablet or need a Wi-Fi zone for your phones, PC, TV or gaming devices, this one can quickly provide it. You can either create a Wi-Fi hotspot with it and connect to it, or just plug it into your PC and use it as a normal USB data card. Supports Wi-Fi B, G and N, and you can connect up to 10 Wi-Fi devices to it. It is unlocked, so you can use any SIM card you have. It can be used with any USB power source that can supply 5 volts. Plug it into the source and you are good to go. The MRP is 2699 and I bought it for 2250. The features and system requirements are mentioned. It supports data and SMS services, works with both Windows and Mac. By the way, it creates infrastructure mode Wi-Fi zone and not the ad hoc one. So as long as you are trying to connect using Wi-Fi, it is fair to assume that any device can access this Wi-Fi hotspot, be it a PC, phone or any device with say Android, Windows, Symbian or anything else. So let us start unboxing. This is our data card and portable Wi-Fi hotspot, Huawei E8231. I will come back to it later. We have stickers with EMEI numbers mentioned, quick start guide, and some safety information. The warranty card. This slip mentions how the warranty will be activated. It basically sends out an SMS the first time it is connected to the internet. Then there is information about the Huawei mobile Wi-Fi app. We will also have a look at this app in a short while. This is the total stuff contained in the box. So here's the data card. There is Huawei logo and 2 LED indicators on the front. The cap, which reveals the USB male. Plug it into any USB power source and you have your Wi-Fi zone ready. We can take off the back cover by sliding it. And you can see the slot for SIM card there. The SIM card goes in here and there is no slot for micro SD card. Many data cards come with a micro SD card slot and act as a card reader or a pen drive. This one doesn't. This is the reset button to reset the data card to factory state if required. I have the SIM card inserted. All I have to do is plug it into a power source and I'll have a Wi-Fi zone in no time. So let me plug it into a power source and we shall see how long it takes to create a hotspot. There are two LED indicators. This one glows once the Wi-Fi zone is created, and this one indicates the network status. It gives out multiple indications by blinking or glowing solid depending on the network status. But when connected, the LED will glow green when connected to a 2G network, blue for 3G network, and cyan for a 3G plus network. I will first try it with a USB wall outlet. I have my Duracell power source mobile. It gives out 110 volts AC, so treat it as a wall outlet. After switching on, the first LED should be constant once connected to the network, and the second one should be on once the Wi-Fi hotspot is created. Switching on. The first LED is blinking, that is, it is not yet connected to the network. The second one is constant now, so Wi-Fi hotspot is ready. The first one is also constant, so it's connected to the network and everything is ready. So it hardly took around 20 seconds. I just plugged the data card in the PC's USB port. While it is in the PC USB port, the PC will automatically get connected. You do not have to use Wi-Fi. You can of course connect other devices to it using Wi-Fi. The first time the card was plugged in, the new hardware dialog came up, and after a few seconds it was connected. No manual intervention was needed. You will be taken to this web control panel every time you plug in the card in the PC, but nothing needs to be done here unless you need to modify anything. You can close it and continue. In case you want to access this web control panel, you can do so by typing 192.168.8.1 in your address bar. Even while on Wi-Fi, you will get redirected to the web control panel if you have the SIM card pin enabled or if data is disabled. You can enter the SIM pin or enable the data to continue. If it prompts for username and password, the default from factory is admin and admin. This is the first page. You can see the operator name, signal strength, and whether it is 2G or 3G network, and the connection status. You can connect or disconnect by clicking on the light blue button with green up-down arrows. But if you disconnect here, you are essentially disabling the internet. The card will not connect to internet even when you plug it into a wall outlet or other power source. And you will have to come back to this page to connect it again. Below that, you can see the data used and wireless LAN hotspot details. You can also see the different status icons on the top right. Here we have the 100 SMS, signal, data, and Wi-Fi indicators on. Now I have disconnected it, and you can see the data indicator on the top right is missing and the up-down arrows are grayed out. This is the statistics page. This is the messaging interface wherein you can read or send new messages. Firmware update page. This is the settings page and we are in quick setup. Then the dial-up settings. You can see the mobile network turn off button here. This is same as the light blue button on the main page to turn off or turn on the internet. These are the wireless LAN settings. If you disable Wi-Fi here, the card will not create a Wi-Fi hotspot even when connected to a power source. And the only option you have is to connect the data card to PC again and enable it. So you should only use this if you have no plans of using Wi-Fi hotspot. Then there are security settings and the data card system settings. Huawei Care button does not do anything but takes you back to the home page. So this is basically the web control panel. You have all the different options and settings here. Connecting it to the USB outlet on the power bank. Then the car charger. If your phone or tablet supports OTG host, then the data card can also be powered from that. Here I have a tablet that supports OTG host and we'll power it from the OTG host. As can be seen, the tablet is powering the data card and again connecting to the data card's hotspot. So we have plenty of options to power the data card and create a Wi-Fi hotspot anywhere. I have installed the Huawei Wi-Fi app from the Play Store. It's available for Android and Apple and a useful one to have. You can control the device from the app. You have almost all the settings you have on the web control panel and maybe more. To start with, you should be connected to the card's Wi-Fi hotspot. This is the start screen. It shows the volume of data used, then the connection status. You can click on this button to turn on or turn off the data, similar to web control panel. Here it is showing number 1 with a Wi-Fi symbol. That means one device is connected to the data card, which is this tablet itself. Then you can access all the remaining stuff by clicking on this button. SMS messages. You can read SMS messages here and reply to them, but I did not find an option to compose a new message. Next we have the diagnostics, data usage details, then the user management. It shows the details of connected devices. And then we have all the settings that were there on the web control panel. So this is the mobile Wi-Fi application. You can find all the settings and controls you have on the web control panel. That's about the data card. It supports up to 21.9 Mbps download and 5.76 Mbps upload speeds, but that is limited by operator provided speed. I am on BSNL 3G Plus network at the time of this video and I got 5.05 Mbps download and a pathetic 0.09 Mbps upload speeds. Again, this is limited by the network operator and not by the data card. With regards to the signal strength, it is far better than what I anticipated. I expected it to give signal that would be enough for a room or a bit more than that, but it is covering my apartment with almost full signal. It is showing 3 bars out of 4 bars. I have placed it besides Netgear WGR614 router on a corner and checked with the different devices. The data card signal and the router signal are on par with each other, and sometimes data card signal strength is more than the router's strength. So we can safely assume that this will be enough for small and medium sized places. The data card is very quick to connect to the network and create a Wi-Fi zone, has lots of settings you will need. So this is really a good option for backup internet connectivity or even for primary use. You can also get an Android phone for a little more than what this data card costs, but when it comes to ease of use, this is super simple. So for someone who prefers this ease, this is a better option. I also think that the signal strength of the data card is comparatively more. On the other hand, when you use an Android phone, it is slightly more cumbersome to use, but you do not even have to look for a power source for short durations. So if the data card suits your need, you can get this without much thinking. That was the unboxing and quick review of the Huawei Power-Fi E8231 data card. I hope you liked this video. Please thumbs up if you liked it. Thanks for watching and do subscribe. Thank you.